Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey, chunky, that funky monkey. That'll probably get me struck. I don't care. Brass monkey. I don't know why I wrote that. I guess we'll just get into it. I suppose we could either talk about two things. Alcohol developments, because Brass Monkey is actually a drink. It used to be a beer in the 70s, and now it's a cocktail. Or we could talk about the evolution of memes from weird sources. I'm going to go with the cocktail thing because I don't really want to talk about memes, even though those are a fun thing to do. So, cocktails are weird. Well, drinks inherently are strange. How alcohol came about in general is something that is odd. Because we intentionally ingest a poison into our body, for fun. Like, it's really weird. I mean, we do with other things that are harmful to us, too. Drugs are a very common thing, but this is like a huge commercially sold thing. And it's just like, yeah, here's some poison. Have fun. And it's like a pastime. Like, it's something that damn near everybody in the country does. It's insane to think about that just a common practice among multiple countries is to just ingest poison. Don't get me wrong. Alcohol's fun. I love it. But it's just kind of odd when you really think about it. But yeah, Brass Monkey. I can't remember the company that canned Brass Monkey, but Brass Monkey used to be a beer in the 70s, and that's where the song comes from. But Brass Monkey in more recent times is actually a cocktail. I can't remember what it's made with, but it is a cocktail, which is strange to think about, that it went from like a cheap-ass steel-canned beer to, a more upscale drink in the fact that it's a cocktail. Cocktails, though, can be fucking weird. Like, there is some weird ass shit. Like, there's cocktails that have eggs in them, some have hot sauce. Like, what the fuck? Why? Why is that a fucking thing? Right? Like, what is, I think a prairie oyster is something where it's an egg. I think it's an egg, hot sauce, Worcestershire, and I think whiskey? I think that's what it is. I can't remember exactly. But that's just a fucking thing. Like, why? Why the fuck are you adding eggs into your drinks? It's the weirdest shit. Like, I get if you're, like, trying to get fucking buff and whatever, and you add an egg to, like, a protein shake or whatever. I get that. That makes some sense, I suppose. But why, when you're trying to relax and enjoy a nice cocktail, are you putting egg in it? Or hot sauce, mind you. These are just some of the weird stuff. There's also other things. Oyster juice is clam juice. Sorry, clam juice. Clam juice is used in some drinks, which just sounds fucking disgusting. Then I think there's a thing called a cement mixer, which you take like a cream, like you take like Bailey's or something, and you take like lime juice, and you let it curdle in your mouth. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how people thought these were good ideas, but if you're out having a fun time drinking, why the fuck would you come up with a drink that's inherently disgusting? Just like, oh, it uses chemistry, and we're gonna curdle the fucking cream in your mouth, and that's just gonna be lovely. And then you have to chase it with vodka or whatever. I think that's part of a cement mixer. I have a whole cocktail book that I have like bookmarked with a bunch of different shit, but I have a bookmark with stuff that I can make roughly with the ingredients I have at home. Because there's some drinks out there that are like, oh, that sounds really nice, but I don't have this weird Italian ingredient. Or like whatever. Like a Harvey Wallbanger uses Galliano, which is like a vanilla citrus kind of liqueur. It's Italian. It's named after a general from the First Italian-Ethiopian War. I think that's what it is. I think his name was like Giuseppe Galliano. It was either Giuseppe or Giovanni. I'm pretty sure it's Giuseppe Galliano. And he just has a spirit named after him for some weird reason. But yeah, Harvey Wallbanger uses that. I can't remember what all is in a Harvey Wallbanger, but I know it uses Galliano. Because I was watching Doctor Who, and Harvey Wallbanger got brought up. I think it was like season 4. Yeah, it was a season 4 episode. Season 4 of New Who, not season 4 of Old Who. Difference. Yeah, Harvey Wallbanger got brought up, which is really weird. And it's just like, what's a Harvey Wallbanger? It's just like, what? And so I looked through my cocktail book and I found Harvey Wallbanger. It's just like, huh. And there's like another drink that's akin to a Harvey Wallbanger, but I can't remember the name of it. It uses like something else, or like the main alcohol is an alternative. And so because of that, it's a different name. That also happens with like sandwiches sometimes. So there's a Reuben and a Rachel. A Reuben, you have your corned beef or pastrami, depending. Sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and I think that's it. Oh, and Swiss on rye bread. And then a Rachel uses turkey and coleslaw instead of corned beef and sauerkraut. So it's a lighter sandwich. Some people don't understand that. As I had a really shitty Reuben in my college once, to where sometimes at the sandwich station, in like the main dining area, they'll alternate the sandwiches. And so like, oh, there might be a grilled cheese as a special today, or there might be a chili dog as a special today. Like they have the ones that stay constant. Like you can get a crispy or grilled chicken sandwich, you can get a burger, or you can get like a veggie patty or whatever. Like, and then they just assemble it. Then they make that, and then you can get like cheese, onion, tomato, lettuce, pickles, standard stuff, and then whatever like ketchup, barbecue, mustard, whatever. Right? But sometimes they'll have specialty sandwiches, that they'll have instead of the standard options. So they'll have sometimes grilled cheese or chili dogs, or like bacon. They'll sometimes have bacon as an additional add-on, stuff like that. Right? One time, or actually a couple times, but I only had it once because they fucked it up, and I could tell that they just repeated that same thing. Was they made Reubens. They weren't Reubens. They were something between a Reuben and a Rachel. They were like a Ruchel. Because they had coleslaw instead of sauerkraut, but they still had, I think, pastrami, not corned beef, but they still had like pastrami. And so it was this weird fucking mix of flavors that was just bad. Like, a Reuben works because all the flavors mix well together. I can't eat the individual pieces of a Reuben other than, say, the bread and the cheese, right? I can't just eat straight corned beef. It's weird. I can't just eat straight Krausau. Fuck that. And Russian dressing, you don't just use Russian dressing. You don't just take a spoonful of dressing, right? I can eat the bread and I can eat the cheese by itself. But I couldn't do it the other. And even then the bread would be pushing it. But Swiss, I could just like, no. I can just eat cheese. Cheese is great. I'm a fucking rat. I love cheese. But yeah, they took the coleslaw from the Rachel and the pastrami from the Reuben, and they just said, "Yup," and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it tasted awful because I didn't realize that they put coleslaw in there in the first place because I didn't really see it that well. And then I took my first bite, and I'm like, this doesn't taste right. This is off. And I look at it, and I'm seeing like the different colors of the cabbage, and I'm like, no, wrong. And it's like, okay, well, time to get a new sandwich because I am not finishing this because it tastes like shit. So I got like a different sandwich or whatever, but yeah, it was bad. Some people don't understand that. And then at a place I used to work at, where I would make sandwiches, we had a Reuben, and we made it correctly. We used pastrami, and we used sauerkraut and stuff. But we often put too much sauerkraut, in my opinion, because that's what we were told. And I brought it up, and then we cut back on the sauerkraut, because not everybody loves sauerkraut. It is a very pungent flavor, because it's pickled cabbage, and not everybody likes pickles, and pickled cabbage is really fucking weird, and that's what sauerkraut is. And I'm not a big fan of sauerkraut, but I could have it in a Reuben. For some reason, the flavors just melded well together to where I could have a Reuben. I just couldn't eat sauerkraut. Right? It's like me with certain salads. Like if you make a salad correct, not like a leaf salad. Like I mean like potato salad or egg salad. I can't have any of the meat ones. Like chicken salad, tuna salad. No, they're fucking gross to me. But like potato salad and egg salad, I can handle those. Like those I'm a bit more okay with. But my egg salad is super simplistic because I'm not a big fan of mustard. I know some people love it, but for me it's just a bit off. And I just, I'm a bland boy sometimes. Depends on what I'm eating, but when it comes to salads, I like them typically on the blander side because they're meant to be like a break. So like if I'm having, say, barbecue, I'm going to have potato salad almost always there, right? And that potato salad is meant to be a calm, cold, mild flavor so I can break off of the heavy barbecue, right? Because if your barbecue doesn't make you feel like you weigh 5,000 pounds, it's not good barbecue, right? Even if it's like barbecue chicken, right? If it doesn't make you feel like, ugh, then it's not good barbecue, right? And so I would always have that potato salad there, no raisins, because why the fuck are you putting fruit in salad, right? I would have potato salad there as like but I've never made potato salad, right? I've seen people make it almost every single time. I see people put mustard in it, and I'm not a big mustard guy, but I power through it, and it takes that break off the barbecue, and I always finish with the barbecue, so I always end with a good note, right? But when I make egg salad, if I want to make like an egg salad sandwich or I just want egg salad, obviously hard boil my eggs. And then I have sweet pickles, so usually like gherkins or whatever, or they're more fun names, sweet midgets. I prefer that name. So I usually take sweet pickles, hard boiled eggs, and then mayo. That's usually just it. I dice up the eggs and the pickles. So I put them under like a slap chop kind of thing. Not an actual slap chop, but a similar type of device. And, I put them under that, smack, 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 scoop to the side, more, smack, 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 scoop to the side, more, smack, 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 scoop to the side. Put that in a bowl, mix it with some mayo, stir it up, and that's it. That's all I do for my egg salad because I want it to be simple. I don't want it to have a bunch of extra flavors, anything like that. I want it to be very much a mild note, if any, because that's what I think the point of a salad should be. Is it's meant to be a cut up, it's meant to be a break, so that you can go from this great tasting thing, break, this great tasting thing, break. That's how I treat salads. Not everybody does, which I understand. Everybody has their own personal preferences when it comes to these things. But for me personally, when I have an egg salad, a potato salad, I want to use it as a break. I can't have chicken or tuna salad. I find them disgusting. I don't like tuna really that much anyhow. Like I'll have like raw tuna or whatever, like sushi, but I'm not a big fan of cooked tuna. And then chicken salad is just really fucking weird. Like I like a buffalo chicken dip, which uses the same shredded chicken and stuff, but that's different. Significantly different. It's not cold, it's hot. It has spicy flavors to it. It has the blue cheese, It's different. Okay. I still use shredded chicken. But like, I don't like chicken and tuna salads. They gross me out. They really do. I'm more of an egg salad kind of guy and potato salad kind of guy. But yeah. But yeah, some food combinations are really fucking weird. I remember what I used to do is I used to take Slim Jims and put them into Dora the Explorer yogurt Um, and it wasn't bad. I probably wouldn't do it nowadays. I mean, it depends. That was like 10 years ago. My taste buds probably have changed since then, you know. Or I used to put meat and yogurt a lot together. I don't know why. I really don't. And then there was a really fucking weird one. I would do peanut butter and bologna. And I think the reason why I kind of like that was a lot of cheeses have a kind of nuttiness to them. And peanuts were just a more concentrated flavor of that nuttiness that cheese has. And so I think that's why it worked in my brain. I don't know why. I don't think I've had it since then. I haven't had it in years. But I think that's probably why I did it. Because a lot of cheeses have the nuts, peanuts, direct to the source. Did that. Those were my big go-tos. Was usually not jerky. I want to make that apparent. Jerky is a no. You don't dunk jerky, nothing. Jerky you eat by itself. But I would take Slim Jims, that mechanically separated shit. Take Slim Jims and I dip them in yogurt. Usually strawberry yogurt. If you go anything other than strawberry, it gets kind of funky. And that's what I used to do. And it was good. I liked it. I don't know why it worked, but it worked for me. But yeah. Oh god, I got another one. Maybe not. Yep. I was talking during it, so it stifled it. That was painful. Jesus. I usually don't get allergies, but I guess I was cutting the grass, so a lot of shit got up there. As well as like I was sawing some branches, and so some of the sawdust got in me. So that's probably what's doing it. Yeah, we're at like 17 minutes, so I think I'll cut it there. Yeah,